Is the 8+ year bull market coming to an end? And more pertinently, is the little correction in tech stocks the harbinger of a much bigger drawdown? We're joined by Julian Emanuel from UBS, strategist. Julian, first of all, congratulations on calling the mini tech crash. Very well done. Well, let's start with the market as a whole. What are we in for the next 6 months?
Sure. Well, there is a concern that we're 8.5 years into this bull market, but what we found, you look at 30 years of market history, bull markets don't end unless there's a recession coming. And as hard as we might look, we don't see a recession in 17 and we don't see one in 18. So by that token, we think the market could be weak, led by tech over the next several weeks, perhaps into the fall, but ultimately it's a dip that needs to be bought.
So we'll come back to tech. No concerns about the yield curve, which everyone is talking about is flattening. Some people say this is a harbinger of recession.
There's definitely concern there. Again, when you look back at history, and history is a good guide, particularly we're in these unknown waters where the Fed is coming off zero interest rates. But what we've seen is that the yield curve tends to flatten to zero before there is a recession. And our view is that the Fed is, as much as they want to hike and intend on hiking, are definitely cognizant of the messages that the yield curve is sending out, and so they'll manage that as well as we get into the fall.
So you see no problems 17 into 18, but you do refer in your reports to late cycle for the market. So what does that mean? When should we be worried?
Well, so late cycle means that actually the Fed themselves, as they have so often in the past, tend to sound the bell for the start of the end of the bull market. But that cycle can take as much as 3 or 4 years. So when they first raised rates in December of 15, we started on the clock. However, if you think about this recovery, it's been low and slow, and actually as much as the bull market has run, the gains have actually been low and slow over the course of 8 years. So we see that stretching out in time, if not in amplitude as well.